Alright everyone, and welcome back to part 4 of the Scooby-Doo 9 out of 100 Frights 80% no GGS tutorial. Again, this is the most beginner route that we have. This is the most beginner-friendly route that we have, and if you haven't caught parts 1 through 3, I highly recommend you to go back and watch them. Otherwise, some things that I say to you in this video, or things that I've prepped, will probably not make sense. But without further ado, let's just go into Which Way. Now, Which Way, we're literally just going to straight line until we get to the Super Smash. There's not too much going on here. We're just going to kind of just literally walk in a straight line. We're going to try to just walk around that tar monster. We're going to jump and get the snack box, and then we're going to dash past this fish using the helmet iframes, or not iframes, but just the helmet's small hitbox, and we're just going to, you know, go around that tar monster, go around the fish. We're going to get these snack boxes, and then we're going to make our way into Lighthouse 1. Now, I'm just going to show you the cycle that you want to try and make in Lighthouse 1. We're going to hold left, and then we're going to hit this button, and then we're just going to walk around here and open all 3 of these boxes, and then we're going to go over here, and we're just going to kind of break open both of these boxes and make our way up. Now, if that movement is too difficult for you, what you can do is that you can you know, do this as per usual, and then you can basically just add an extra charge in if you want here. And then this will just allow you to have an easier time breaking open the boxes. You're not really losing that much time, and because this level is on a set cycle. And from here, we're going to use the charge movement a lot in order to make our way all the way to the top. Now, you can afford probably around 2 bonks on your way up. So if you bonk once or twice, you should still be able to make the cycle. And because basically we send that, after we hit the button at the bottom, it sends the lighthouse, the light bulb up to the top. And then it opens the gate, and then we open up and have the Super Smash. Now, if we're too slow, it will go back down, and so you're going to lose a ton of time because you have to wait for it to come back up. And so, if you can't get the cycle, what I highly recommend doing is you to just walk up here and just, you know, simply just kill a couple of these enemies. Because if you actually go up here and, you know, let's say you kill, like, those 2 guys, because those 2 guys are like the hardest to come over, and then you come do this, that will be faster than if you just outright fail the room completely, right? So if you're failing the room completely, you can just do that to kind of get around those guys, because I feel like those guys are the most problem-inducing guys to get around, at least for me personally when I was starting off. And then you can basically just have more time to make your way on up to the top. But as you can see, I'm harshly turning my head like very far away from these guys. You can see I'm going like right, almost like straight into some of these turns, and that's just to ensure that I don't get hit, right? And then you can make it to the top, and then we're going to get the Super Smash upgrade. There's no animation here, so you can just, you know, stand still, it's fine. And what the Super Smash allows us to do is the ground pound. So if we press A and B, we do a ground pound like Super Mario. And basically we're just going to fall down here, and then we're going to hit that gate open. Actually, while we're falling, we can Super Smash while we're falling. I just didn't do it in time, but you don't have to fall all the way to the bottom and then Super Smash. You can just do it while you're falling. And then we're going to open up this hole, and we're going to go into Lighthouse 2, and obviously you just saw the Super Smash kill enemies as well. So let's make our way into Lighthouse 2. Alright, so this is just for the Xbox player, so if you're not an Xbox, just skip forward to this timestamp. For anyone on Xbox, so Xbox players, since you weren't able to do coast boats before, essentially what we're going to do is that we're going to make up those snacks that we didn't collect before by doing coast boats, by doing this. We're just going to participate through Lighthouse 2. Now, forgive me, your cycle will be a bit different. But essentially the TLDR is just to walk around this whole way, and then basically just skip these. You won't have the umbrella, just ignore that. And then you're just going to make your all the way through here, and then you can make your way up here, and then collect that snack box, and then you all can warp to Mystery Machine. I'll show it one more time, and so we'll just dash through here. And we'll just make our way through this whole room. Try to avoid these guys as much as possible. Try not to get hit by the hooks. You can get swept off by these hooks, which is really annoying. And you don't want to do that, so... But we're just going to go over here. There will be a snack box here, so just be sure to hit this snack box before you turn into this warp gate. And then from here, again, we just warp back to Mystery Machine. And if you want to know why, you can skip forward to this timestamp, and this timestamp will hold the discussion for why we're going back to Mystery Machine right now, rather than going and getting the plungers. In Lighthouse 2, we're going to do a fun trick. Since we don't need the snacks from this level, what we're going to do is we're actually just going to jump on this ledge here. And from this ledge, we're actually going to jump all the way over here. And then we're going to jump up this wall here to this snack gate. Now, this jump is pretty difficult to do. But what we're going to do is just basically kind of run off the ledge a little bit. As you can see, I'm kind of like jumping on the ledge, and you know, you can die, that's fine. Even if you die here a couple times, it's still faster than going through the whole level, because as you can see, you'd have to dash all the way over here, go up there, and then come over there, and then there's an invisible wall here, so you have to kind of go even all the way around to this bridge, you know what I mean? So even if you die like 2 or 3 times, you're still going to be saving time here. But again, we're just going to do a very extended double jump to climb up that wall. Those ledges are pretty forgiving, so you should be able to get up them relatively easily. And then we're going to get to this warp gate. And as you can see, there is a snack gate there. And normally at this point of the run, we would want to go get the plungers. And the reason that we want to get to the plungers is because, beep, beep, remember that door that we opened up in Misbehavin when we collected all those keys? Normally we need the plungers to get up that hill, but we're going to do a thing called plunger skip, where basically, we'll get there in a second, but we're basically going to super smash off of an enemy, and whenever you super smash off an enemy, you can get another jump out. So if we super smash, we can get another double jump. So we can double jump, super smash, and then jump one more time. And basically, we're going to use the super smash to gain the high work hard to hit the door trigger. So we're going to skip the need of the plungers. So we're actually not going to collect the plungers at all in this run. Similarly, how we're not going to be collecting the galoshes at all in this run. And so, since we don't need to do that, we don't need to pay that 500 gate, so we get to skip that 500 gate in this run. And we also get to skip Creepy 1, 2, and 3, even though we're going through Creepy 1 and 2 to get to lab, but we're skipping just going to them earlier just for a power-up. And so, by skipping that power-up, we're actually going to be saving 2 minutes off the run by doing that. And so now we are literally just warping back to Mr. Machine, and then we are going to run back to Misbehavin. That's literally what we're doing, and now we're going to go fight Green Ghost. And that's our objective now. You know, we have the helmet and we have the super smash, which are the final 2 upgrades that we need to collect before we can beat the game. Well, the final 2, like one of the. It's like we're collecting the umbrella upgrade, but like the final 2 that we need before we collect the final upgrade. There's a better way to word that. Leave me alone, man. Okay, but we're basically just gonna backtrack through Hedge. You know, if you miss some snacks and Hedge, you can take this time to hit them again. You know, let's say you walk through here, and let's say you missed a snack here, you can collect that snack. You know, you missed one of these snack boxes or whatever. It just gives you an opportunity to collect some of the snacks that you may have missed before, like this one. You know, I missed that one before, so I can collect that one coming back here. And we're literally just backtracking to Misbehavin 1. We're going to do plunger skip. Now, when we enter Misbehavin 1, we're actually going to be on a little bit of a time crunch, but not that big of one. So basically how this works is that there's 2 fishes in Misbehavin 1, and one of them has the leash range required so that we can get all the way over to the hill, and one of them don't. So this is the one that has the leash range. He's the one on the right. This is the one on the left. He does not have the leash range. So I'll show this guy first. So we're going to try to bait him over here, and then he's going to stop. Right there. He can't go any further. And we actually need him to be around here, because if he's around here, we'll be able to jump off his head and get all the way up. But if he's just right here, you know, it's much harder to get that trick. So we get the fishy on the right. And so just remember, when you enter this level, just dash down and we'll get the fishy to the right. And this is the guy that we want. So he has the leash range required. So we're going to bring him over to here, and we're actually going to get these snack boxes on our way over. And now he has the leash range required to make our way all the way over here. We're going to double jump, super smash up, and as you can see, there's the X trigger there, and we can enter the level. And literally all we're doing is just double jumping, super smashing, jumping off again, and entering. Now again, they're in hit stun. These guys take 2 hits to kill. So even if you don't make it on first jump, you can try again and make it up. And I just highly recommend, if you're having trouble with this trick, just wait for this guy to leave hit stun before hitting him again, because if you kill him, and you know, you still don't get the trick, you have to die in the room and reset the room because the fish does not respawn. So again, we're just gonna jump off him and then go over here. I kind of like angling myself like kind of like away and kind of doing this like, let's see if I can show it. I kind of like being on this side of the wall and then kind of jumping into the gate. Some people set it up like out here and they jump into the gate like this. I like to be like basically to the far left of the gate and then hit it because it's just more consistent for me. But once we do plunger skip, we're just going to enter Misbehavin 2 and we're going to be on our way. We're just going to jump up here. We're going to dash around this astronaut guy. And we're just going to collect all these snacks along the top side of Misbehavin 2. And then what we can do is we can actually just fall down here by just wiggling ourselves down there. And we can get that snack box. And we can actually just jump over this gap and make our way into Misbehavin 3. Now, if you know anything about this game, you'll know that Misbehavin 3 is the longest level in the game because this is the only auto-scroller in the game that we have to participate in. Well, we technically don't have to participate in the Arn Room. It's basically just the longest auto-scroll in the game. And there is actually a thing where we can actually trigger the camera to snap back to us. So we can actually move as soon as the fade ends, we can move, right? But so if you look at the top and bottom of portions of the screen, you see that theme mode, and then it snaps back, and then we can basically snap the camera back to us earlier. Because if we just like, you know, go for, I'm trying to have the camera not snap back to me. Okay, I keep snapping back. I'm too good, but basically what we do is that we just try to snap the camera back, and then we make our way through. And how we're doing that is I hold in between the upright and the right notch, and then do a single full jump. In between the upright and right notch, and do a single full jump, and then like go back to up left, excuse me, when the camera shifts back, right? So again, just wait for like half a second and then just do a full jump and then just make your way through. The camera shift is not that important. If you don't get the camera shift and you die or whatever, it's fine. You'll just respawn back. It's not a very punishing death. But speaking of punishing deaths, this is the most punishing room in the game. And that's because if you die, you have to start the auto scroller over again. So we're going to ground pound that button. This sends the water up, right? If you already know Misbehavin 3, you can skip forward to this timestamp, but essentially what we're going to do in this level is that we're collecting every single snack that we can get our hands on, besides the last row of the boats. So if you already know this game, you can kind of skip forward if you already know what this level looks like, because we literally just have to participate in the auto scroller. There is no strategy, there's nothing of substance here, but we're just going to kind of make our way through. And just participate in the auto scroll. And this is the only auto scroll that we really have to participate in. The urn room, as I like to say, or grave plot 2, is coming up, where there is technically another auto scroller there, but that's just to get to the top. And we do have a way of actually skipping that auto scroller now, but I'm not going to show it because it's a little difficult to do. So we're not going to show that in this video. But this is like the longest, most egregious auto scroller that we have to do. It's about like 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes. It's just brutal. But and the reason that I say it's very unforgiving is that, let's say we're like at the top, right? If we're at the top, and let's say, you know, I accidentally fall off and die, we spawn at the bottom. There are no checkpoints in this level, so we have to do this auto scroller again, all over again. So it is imperative that you don't die. This is the one level where you don't want to die in, because if you die, your run is effectively over, because you're just automatically adding like 2 minutes to your time. And again, this is the part where we don't want to collect all those snacks, so just, you know, go through on the boats and just try not to die, and we're just gonna leave. So again, just the most important thing is that you just don't die in that level. And yeah, so here we're just gonna basically walk in here. We're gonna collect all 3 of these keys, and then we're gonna make our way to the next level. That is known as beat my keys. You don't necessarily need to do that cycle. Just try to get all of those keys without getting hit. I guess I'll show it one more time. Why not? We'll show beat my keys one more time. Basically, what we do is that we on the second pit with the second key, we basically just wait for the key to rise. We're just going to put our head into the shovel, and then as soon as we collect it, we just B-dash over here and get this key. Again, if you don't get beat my keys, I think it's like a 2 or 3 second time loss if you don't get it, so it's really not that bad. But we're just going to make our way into the next level, and we're going to hold down right on the control stick, and we're going to run off and die. That's because there is a really long cutscene here. I guess I'll just show it just for the memes, but there's a really, really long cutscene that shows where all 4 urns are in the urn room, or grave plot 2. So what we do is we just hold down right, and we just walk off the edge, and then we death abuse, we skip the cutscene, and then we can participate in this auto-scroller. Again, this is another auto-scroller. There is a way to skip this, but we're not going to concern ourselves with that. We're just going to kind of just hit all these urns down, and we're just going to kind of just make our way on through here. You don't have to do these double jump super smashes that I'm doing. Just like skip these platforms because you have to wait for them anyway. I just like doing it because I'm cool and swag, and that is literally the only reason. There is a reason for this one though, because you actually do save a bit of time by doing that. But 2, 3, 4, 5. We jump on that urn 5 times, and when we jump on that urn 5 times, it goes down to the bottom. And then from here, I want your hands off the controller. After you knock down that urn, just stop moving. This is because we do not want to skid right now. And it is important that we don't skid. And the reason that it's important that we don't skid is that there's another cutscene in the next room. And basically, we're going to hold in between the down left notch and the left notch. And we're going to slide off. And we're going to be able to skip the cutscene, right? We'll just be able to slide off. But if we skid in this room, say I just skid like that, and then I walk in the door, and I try to do the same thing, I have no skid frames. We don't necessarily know why this happens, but basically after you drop the last urn down, you don't want to skid. Because whenever you skid, you just basically lose your skid frames going into the next room. I don't know why this happens again, but it is just imperative after you drop that urn that you just release the R button, you release the controller, or really just release the R button to just ensure that you don't skid, and then just walk over to this door. And again, down left, in between the down left and left notch is what I do personally. But we're just going to dash off here, and then we're going to hold right, and then we're going to just kind of go around this guy. Sometimes he is in your way, and you'll just have to bonk him, but it's fine. And then we're just going to come over to this door. And then we're going to be in Crypt 3. Now, in Crypt 3, we're going to do another skip here. We're going to do 600 gate skip. So normally, we have to pay a 600 snack gate in order to get to Tomb Gloom and Doom down in the Tomb 1. And that snack gate is actually past here, past this warp gate. So it is imperative once you get here is that you stop. Because if we keep going, there's a snack gate. If you pay this snack gate, your run is dead. It's over. You have to reset if you pay the snack gate. That is because we are left with 179 snacks. We have to pay a 200 snack gate and an 850 snack gate after this still. And if you pay this, your run is just dead because you have to collect so many snacks that you're losing multiple minutes. Like, you just have to reset. The run is just not really finishable if you pay that. So it's important to not pay that as you go here to this warp gate, because this warp gate is actually the key for us doing a 600 gate skip. So again, stay away from that fucking snag gate. And we're gonna come to this warp gate, and if you're even like scared, you can actually just walk around this corner to the this warp gate. And basically from here, so if you've played this game before, you'll know that you are not able to warp to places that you've not been to. So we haven't been to this is the Hedge 4 warp gate. We haven't been in the Hedge 4. We haven't been in the greenhouse. And if I press A on it, warp gate not activate. We can't warp there. And so this symbol, how it's like grayed out, is saying, oh hey, we can't warp here, but we can warp here because we've been here before. So I guess I can just show that. But, you know, I can warp here because I've been here before. But a cool thing about this warp gate is that for some reason they copy and pasted this warp gate's code. And so to do 600 gate skip, it's going to be one of the hardest things you're going to do in this whole route. We're going to scroll up and scroll to the left. And then we're just going to warp. Because these warp gates have the same code. And now we're here. And if you know where we are in Coffin Room, which leads into Gloom 3. And so basically in Tomb 3, we are now where Green Ghost is. So basically how we're going to move through this level is that we're just going to just kind of walk forward here. We're just going to get some, we're going to get all these snacks. Oops. If you accidentally let go of the R button, you will skid. So I accidentally just like let go of the R button. It's all right. Just going to kill that guy. Just make sure he's not in my way. Oops. Gonna jump all the way back up here after we get that key, and then we're going to dash around these guys. I like super smashing this guy because he can be very annoying. And then we're just going to make our way and we're going to fight Green Ghost. So if you don't know how Green Ghost works, this boss fight is RNG. And so basically what we need Green Ghost to fly over all 3 of these coffins. And basically as soon as we get 3 hits, we've done the boss fight. And so if you have played this game casually, where you're literally fighting Green Ghost casually, and so there's not too much going on over here, so I'll leave another timestamp for after the Green Ghost boss fight. But for the rest of you, I guess we can just sit through this together. I'll probably speed it up anyway, because there's not much to talk about, to be honest. So we'll speed it up, or you can click on the timestamp. All right, so now that you've gotten your 3rd hit, it doesn't matter where Green Ghost is when you get this 3rd hit. Right, so he can be on left, right, or center, whatever. He's on center for me, and so basically what we're going to do is that we're going to B-dash over here, we're going to double jump, and we're going to super smash, right? We're just going to go over here, double jump, super smash, and make it over this chasm. Normally the game wants you to use the umbrella to get over here, but we're going to get over here earlier, and then we're going to kind of walk up here, and then we're going to exit the room before the text box pops up. So it is important that when we leave here, that we don't leave before the cutscene plays. So just make sure the cutscene plays first. So the cutscene plays, and then after you skip it, you're allowed to leave. This is because if you leave the room before the cutscene plays, essentially you will not get the umbrella, and you will do a thing known as uh-ohing. And whenever you uh-oh, essentially you just don't have the umbrella upgrade. But we have to watch that cutscene, and then now we have the umbrella upgrade, which again, double jump and then hold A, and then we can now float places, right? And now we're going to make our way to the end of the game now. So we're actually not fighting Redbeard, we're not fighting Black Knight, so we're just going to go straight to Mastermind in the next video. But for this one, this is the end of part 4. Yeah, this is the end of part 4. And thank you all for watching. I'll see you all in the next one. And so be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one.